I'm coming to you a little late. I know y'all probably tired of my mess. I know my braids, it's time for them to come out. But listen, this weekend I was supposed to do a video. I was in San Diego on Saturday for an adult field trip. Shout out to everybody that went. It was about 14 of us Negroes piled into a Mercedes-Benz Sprinter, and we took our asses to San Diego and had quite the time. And then yesterday I spent the day painting the town red with Isis King. We're having hot girl summers. So now it's Monday. You get me now. In case you missed it, I just posted my Lion King review earlier today. Also, if you missed the Red Pill podcast hosted by Van Lathan, you know him from TMZ. He garnered a lot of fame last year when he checked Kanye during that whole slavery as a choice debacle at TMZ. So I was on his podcast with Jared Hill, and we discussed the disconnect between selective liberation of Black folks and full inclusion of all Black folks, including Black LGBT folks. So we discussed the nuances of that on his podcast. It's available everywhere. It's called the Red Pill Podcast, and I'm the most recent episode. Also, I have to shout out Fine Brothers Entertainment, FBE. I have been with that network for maybe like a month or two now, and I most recently did the Hot Ones Challenge, and if you know me personally, then you know I love spicy food. I keep hot sauce in my bag, swag. Been doing it since Beyonce made it popular. And if you want to see those videos, I post the links to my social media all the time, but your best bet is probably to visit my Facebook page. And I'll include all the links in the description box where you can go and find those videos. So yes, let's just jump straight into it. Let's do a quick TV roundup. Let's start with Pose. Oh my goodness. So if you have not seen Pose, you might want to just turn me off right now. Candy Abundance, the murder. Pissed about it for more than one reason. For starters, I know Angelica Ross personally, and I have known Angelica Ross for years. Angelica Ross is kind of like a mother of mine. She kind of helped guide me into, the current woman that you see today in more ways than one. So shout out to Angelica, but it was hard for me to see her character murdered in the funeral scene and all of that, because I feel like the brain can't differentiate, reality from fiction. So that was very difficult for me to intake. I only cried twice during the episode. I cried during the parents at the funeral, and then of course I was a puddle by the time the swan song, 'cause I never, knew love like this before. What a scene. What an episode. What a scene. I felt robbed because Candy really shined during that episode, and I felt like the show didn't really utilize Angelica's acting chops until her character was dead. And I've seen the conversations, all of the discourse regarding the colorism. Listen, a lot of things I'm side-eyeing with you all as well, but I'm still going to watch Pose, because Pose is a great show overall. All things considered, it's a great show, and these stories deserve to be told, and I've fallen in love with all of the characters. But I get what everyone's saying. I've been seeing the discourse about the darker women like Candy and Elektra being villainized and angry and made out to be these bitter Bettys, and then, the light-skinned girls being, everybody just loves them. So, I'm still mad about that too. I'm still mad at Pray Tell too. You don't get to read Candy her whole life and then eulogize her. But I get it, because he's kind of like the voice of the community. So I have my qualms with that episode, but that was great TV. I was hoping that they were just hyping the episode up and that she wasn't going to die, but when it was what I thought it was going to be, I was just floored. So also shout out to Angelica Ross, because she will be on, you all remember I showed you the teaser. She's going to be on American Horror Story 1984, which is the 9th season of American Horror Story. It premieres this fall. Sarah Paulson won't be back, and what's the other guy's name? I forgot. What's his name? Evan Peters. Neither one of them will be back, but Angelica will, so I'll be tuning in. Moving on, congratulations to Euphoria. It's killing me because I still have not gotten around to watching the next episode, the latest episode that aired last night, because I was out in these streets. But Euphoria got renewed for season 2. That airs Sunday nights on HBO. Congrats to them. How to Get Away with Murder is entering its 6th and final season this fall, which I think it's time. The kids need to graduate. Annalise, she sent us through the ringer. I love How to Get Away with Murder. I love Viola Davis. I love Annalise Keating. My only critique is How to Get Away with Murder is one of those shows that when it has a slow episode, it is a really slow episode. Like, when is it? This isn't over yet, or we haven't even met the 30-minute mark. Like, it can be a little dark and slow sometimes, but I'm really excited. I hope that they give us all of the juiciness, the messiness, the salaciousness that we've grown to love with Annalise Keating and her BS. And Ryan Destiny, congrats to her. We know that Star got canceled abruptly, but Lee Daniels also announced that they're getting a 2-hour movie to wrap everything up, wrap all the storylines up. But Ryan Destiny, it was announced that she is going to be joining Grownish, which is nice to know. I watched Grownish. I hope that they handle her character with care, because she's supposed to be a transfer student from an HBCU. So we're reading each other's minds. So that's it for the TV roundup. Let's jump into Robert Kelly. Robert Kelly was arrested in Chicago on Thursday while he was walking his dog outside of his residence of Trump Tower. They finally got him, thank God. And this was the feds that swooped in, not the local level, but the feds. Has a 13-count indictment. 4 counts of producing child porn, 2 counts of receiving child porn, 5-count federal indictment, 4 counts racketeering, violations against the Mann Act. R. Kelly is going down. This sentence, these accusations, this sentence, if convicted, which he likely will be, carries a mandatory minimum sentence of 15 years. He's out of it. I'm sure that more details will emerge of this story, but I know that people feel vindicated. I was not on YouTube at the time of surviving R. Kelly, but of course I was knee deep, participating in the hashtag, watching. I watched I think it was 4 parts the first week of January or 3rd week. It was around that time. It was right around my birthday. But what a moment. I don't know what more else to say, but what a moment. As a Chicagoan, I'm perfectly fine with this, but I know there's a lot of people who are refusing to let him go. And this is gross. Oh, also they uncovered 20 more tapes of him. Oh, and people that were the enablers and worked in his camp, they are going down as well. But 20 more tapes of R. Kelly involved in sex acts with underage women. So it's like, where do you draw the line? Y'all still walking around here talking about separating the artist from the artist. What? Do y'all realize, I couldn't even attempt to listen to those songs if I wanted to, because all I'm gonna think about is he's singing about kids, the titles, and I don't see how I have an emotional attachment to music just like any other girl, but I try not to, I can't even begin to try to understand you all. So moving on, Jermaine Dupri. Now, Jermaine Dupri sat down with People Magazine and had an interview, and one of the questions in the interview was who is his favorite current female rappers, and he went on to say this. Take a look.
My company.
Yeah. And you mentioned other female rappers. Do you have a favorite right now in the rap game?
Cardi B, Nicki,
Females?
Megan Thee Stallion. Stand out to you?
I can't really say.
Not a Cardi B fan?
The reason why I can't say is because I feel like they all rapping about the same thing, and I don't feel like I don't think they're showing us who's the best rapper. I think they're trying to show, for me, it's like strippers rapping, and I don't, as far as rap goes, I'm not getting who is the best rapper. I'm getting
So my gripe with this is, Jermaine, there are, for one, not to take away from your point, but there are women, I jotted a few down, Chica, Dej Loaf, Young and May. There are women out here that are making music aside from what we like to get down to. Because that's what someone tweeted the other day. They said they read too many books to fully appreciate conscious rap. They like the raggedy stuff. And I said, I have never felt more seen in a tweet than this one. I'm inundated. I'm constantly reading, constantly, doing this, talking to you all and going to different platforms. So when I listen to music, when I feel like getting raggedy, I need a Meg Thee Stallion. I need a Cardi B. I need a Carisha and JT and possibly Santana. I need that type of music. And it's just like Jermaine Dupri, when you were behind the mic as a rapper, you weren't pumping out content. You weren't Questlove. You weren't Common, the rapper you know what I'm saying? Who are you? And then on top of that, JD, you're not even paying attention to girls, to women in hip hop who are making conscious rap. And you've made that clear with making this off-base comment. Why does it bother you so much? Also, there are men that rap about, the industry is inundated, flooded with men who literally rap about cars, money, women, drugs. That's literally all their content, and you're not criticizing them. So when I made my tweet about this, I recognize that the interviewers asked him about women in hip hop, but I feel like his assessment was off base, and it subscribes to respectability politics, and it toes the line of misogyny because of his response. Ain't nothing wrong with sex workers and strippers, and ain't nothing wrong with rapping about their life experiences. You know, it's nothing wrong with that. So, Jermaine Dupri, I hope you get it together. He also launched that he's going to be hosting some cypher, attracting, you know, he wants female women, you know, female women. He wants women in hip hop for some so deaf cypher he's hosting. So, I mean, I was critical, like, if you want this, put your money where your mouth is and invest in some of these artists. But I'm kind of on the fence with it. It's kind of like a screw you. We don't, it's the last thing you did with so deaf. Besides shelve, what was that girl's name? You're the one for me. You're the one. Remember the song? I forgot her name. She's from Texas. Beautiful voice. She was with So Deaf, and we saw what happened with that. So moving on. Salt-N-Pepa. There's discourse, and I was just telling you all when I first came back about that reality show that they have with SWV, or had, but Spinderella is suing, and they're saying that, baby, Spinderella says that it started in 1999 with the Best Of album. She wants $125,000. They talking about she's not entitled to that. They said this is Salt-N-Pepa versus Spinderella. They're saying that she's bitter and jealous because a lot of the talk show appearances are asking for just Salt-N-Pepa and not Spin. She also alleges that there was trademark infringement. They're saying that it's not because the trademark is theirs and they have not mentioned her name. Keep in mind, Spinderella quit the group abruptly like a month or two ago. So it sucks. These women have been together for 35 years and it sucks to see it go down like this. But let me know, who do you think is in the right or the wrong? Or do you think that Spinderella, legally, they're saying that she's not entitled to anything. This is what Salt-N-Pepa is saying. Legally, she's not entitled to anything. But as a group mate and as a friend, well, I'm guessing friend, I don't know. Spin is also alleging that Salt-N-Pepa received $600,000 in royalties over the past decade, and she hasn't seen a dime. So this has potential to get even messier than what it is. Right now, it's just suits and people hurling different things to different outlets. And when the chips fall, they will fall. It just really sucks to see Salt-N-Pepa go down like this, and to see Spinderella feel as undervalued as she apparently feels. Like, for her to file a lawsuit, like that, she means business. Diddy is bringing back Making the Band. That'll be back next year, but on MTV. I'm wondering why on MTV and not on Revolt. Did he just let Revolt die? Like, what happened to that? Do you all care about Making the Band coming back? I truly don't. I don't. It's good TV and I recognize it. I love the clips that resurface on social media, but I don't think I'm going to be running to my TV to watch Diddy make a band in 2020. I just don't see it for me. I don't know. And last, Kenya Moore announced that, you know, she was a little hungry, so she decided to snatch a peach. She put this on her Instagram. Kenya Moore is officially back on The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Rumors swirling that she's not getting along with Eva. Everybody's back. This will be interesting. You know, that season will roll out in the fall. You know, Real Housewives of Atlanta always comes back around Thanksgiving. So I'm excited to see Kenya back. She posted the cutest pictures with Portia today. Their babies playing, like, full circle moment. From dragging and reading each other and physically, literally dragging each other at the reunion. Well, Portia dragging Kenya, to now our babies playing. Wow. And last but not least, Lady Gaga has a cosmetics line coming out. She'll be focusing on cheeks, eyes, and lips. It's called House Laboratories. That's the name of the line, and it coincides with Amazon Prime Day, and they ship out in September. In the meantime, between time, that's all I want to talk to you about. We'll talk next week more on, because Nicki Minaj is being sued from paparazzi, and I think it's a load of BS, but I can talk about that next week because I'm running out of time. In the meantime, between time, take care of yourself. I will see you next week. Be sure to watch my Lion King review and all of the things that I mentioned at the top of the video, and I'll include links in the description box. All right, guys, take care. Bye-bye.